is the controversial senior editor of Brietbart News and author of the upcoming book, Dangerous, Milo Yiannopoulos. Milo. Hi. How you doing?
How are you?
Nice to meet you. Yes. Happy to have you here. You're very controversial.
I don't know why.
Well, we're going to...
I don't know why I'm lovely.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll find that out. I'm going to start with an open mind because, honestly, I only heard of you about a year ago. You're all of, what, 31?
32, but thank you.
Okay.
27 officially.
Okay. You look like Bruno. But, you know, he said he was 19.
You know, I told her to dial down the contouring. She didn't listen. Your makeup lady was just crazy.
All right. Anyway, so about a year ago, people started to tell me, are you going to get this guy Milo, you know, on your show? And I started to look into, you know, what you're saying. And look, I think you're colossally wrong on a number of things.
That's okay.
But if I banned everyone from my show who I thought was colossally wrong, I would be talking to myself.
Well, you wouldn't have Ann Coulter on, which is the only time I watch the show.
I wouldn't have Jack Kingston on, who's on tonight.
Wonderful.
Okay. So I have an open mind. But so let's start with the contradictions about you, which is pretty crazy because you're gay and you're spoiler alert.
Oh, come on. You can do better than that. What tipped you off?
I've been reading about you. I mean, your mother's Jewish. You have a black Muslim boyfriend.
No, but I haven't got one now. But
you did.
Still black, not Muslim.
Not Muslim, but he was Muslim?
There was somebody once.
Okay. Well, you've spoken
We don't
out...
talk about it.
You've spoken out against all these people. Like you say, you don't hire gay people.
Oh, no, you can't trust them to show up to work on time. Too much drugs, too much sex, they never show up to work, always making excuses. No, no, no. I mean, not as bad as women, but no, I don't hire gays.
But you know that's not... I mean...
Oh, there we go.
But, you know, that's just...
kidding. You're easy. You're very easy. Very easily triggered. It's pathetic.
Well, let's get to that. There's so many things I could start an argument with you about, but... because I know gay people who do show up to work. Okay, but... yes, but that is the reaction. You are so, let's say, helped by the fact that liberals just always take the bait.
Of course.
Now, you're a conservative. I'm a liberal.
Well,
that's the
I mean, I don't know if I'm conservative. I mean, I'm a libertarian.
You work for Brietbart, and you're a Trump supporter.
Well, it's interesting.
You're a conservative.
Well, it's interesting that the radical gay editorials, you know, saying interesting, provocative things about gays are now being published by Brietbart. And I don't think really that you can call Trump a traditional conservative. He's not that Republican.
No, you're correct about that.
So I don't know if that's fair.
He's very dangerous.
All I care about is free speech and free expression. I want people to be able to do and say anything. You know, these days, you're right. That's a conservative position.
I care about the environment and living also. But free speech... But, I mean, you're right. I mean, you know,
That's a conservative position now, free speech.
We have both been disbarred at Berkeley. You know, I gave the commencement address.
Much more dramatically, I'd just like to say. I mean, they just disinvited you. I had riots. People got beaten up. You know?
Right. No, you do.
Horrendous.
Okay, you win, babe. You beat me out there. There were no riots.
It's not a competition. I'm just
no, it's not a competition. But like when you make liberals crazy for that part of liberalism that has gone off the deep end.
Most of it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
You're the only good one.
No,
You're literally the only good one.
No, I am so
Your side has gone insane. The Democrats are the party of Lena Dunham. These people are mental, hideous people. The more that America sees of Lena Dunham, the fewer, you know, votes the Democrat Party is ever going to get. This is the people that she
Let's not pick on fellow HBO stars. There are so many other people.
Was I not supposed to do that?
No, of course you're...
They didn't brief me about that. I'm sorry, but she is awful.
Excuse me, because we don't brief here, because it is free speech.
Well, I like that. I appreciate
I know.
Should we go with Amy Schumer?
But I'm not... See, another thing, I love Amy Schumer. Her show... but that's okay, we disagree.
No, but these people used to be funny before they contracted feminism. It's like Sarah Silverman. She was really, really funny when she was cracking...
Another someone I'm a fan of. Let's get off this. Let's talk about your humor, because I think a lot of people do miss your humor. And I'm a guy who always defends jokes.
Yeah.
Right up to the point where they pointlessly hurt people. Do you think you've ever... No, I hurt people.
No,
I have my whole career.
I hurt people for a reason.
But
for sure. No, I like to think of myself as a virtuous troll.
But if somebody gets hurt because of truth needs to be said, like religion. I've always attacked religion.
Yes. Well, you're sound on Islam, unlike most of the people on your side. So
yes,
you're
right.
very good.
That's
on that
true.
subject.
But all religion, I always say, is stupid and dangerous. That hurts.
Except
people.
Catholicism, which is awesome, but otherwise, yes.
Okay. Well, that shows you. And I hope when you look in the mirror tonight.
I'm very happy with what I see in the mirror. I don't see Bruno in the mirror.
I'm not talking about what you see. I'm talking what's in your head. When you recognize that you are a Catholic, I hope you say to yourself, gee, I'm also capable of bullshit, stupid thinking.
Well, everyone's capable of bullshit, stupid thinking,
right.
You know?
Right.
And that's okay. You know, it's a characteristic of the modern left, I think, requiring, you know, this absolute consistency and forgetting that people are messy and complicated, and forgetting also some obvious other human truths, I think, some realities of human psychology. Like, for instance, you know, the reason they want to police humor, you know, which is very important to both of us, is that they can't control it, because the one thing that authoritarians hate is the sound of laughter, because they can't control what people find funny.
And also because when people laugh, they know it's true.
Yeah, of course.
Because
nothing annoys people or amuses people like the truth.
Laughter is involuntary.
Exactly.
When you laugh, even if you don't really agree in that part of your mind.
Exactly.
Go, oh, shit,
and so I go to my college talks, you've got the professors at the front who are there to kind of monitor me, to make sure I don't go off the rails. And I make a joke about Ted Cruz or something, and they're like, you know, you can see it. You can see it. And the other thing that's really important is not just that, but the other thing is, you know, humor isn't how you drive people apart. You know, these sort of policing humor for racism and sexism is utterly wrong-headed. Not just because normally it isn't there, but because that's how we build bridges, not how we break them. You know, when you make a joke, that's how you connect with somebody. You know, you make jokes at the bar, you make awkward small talk. Humor's what brings people together, not what drives them apart. And these basic, you know, fundamental human psychological insights, the progressive left is just forgotten.
The one area where I'm a little concerned is when you go after people individually, because, like I said, I will. If it's in the cause of a greater truth, you know, if people are hurt as you know, collateral damage, I'll go there. But, like, I didn't understand, like, the Ghostbusters thing. First of all, who gives a fuck?
I wrote a bad review of a movie. Am I not entitled to do that? I said she looked like a dude. She does. You know, I said that, she was barely literate. She is. And I simply don't accept, I do not accept, that a Hollywood, you know, that the star of a Hollywood blockbuster, that an A-list mega celebrity is sitting in a Hollywood mansion crying over mean words on the internet. Get over it. And if you aren't over it, which I suspect you are, because it's not really the case that she's sitting there upset about mean words on the internet. Actually, she's been deployed by the studio because the movie's tanking. You know, you've just got to accept, I'm sorry, you've just got to accept mean words on the internet don't hurt anyone.
No, and also,
your Twitter feed, my Twitter feed, these are ugly, horrible things.
Every Twitter feed is. That's
no, they're not. They're wonderful.
They are.
When I had a Twitter, it was the funniest thing in America. It was fabulous. But you know, what actually hurts people is things that happen in the real world. I mean, I don't go on about it because I'm not a professional victim, but I do get syringes through my door, dead animals through my door. You say you get mean tweets, that's okay. It's not a competition. But what actually hurts people is, like, murder, violence, you know, that kind of stuff. Mean words doesn't hurt
Which some people would say you have incited.
What? How?
I'm just saying some people would say.
Well, they would be idiots.
Well,
they would be idiots.
Yeah, okay. No, and you know, I agree with you about the Twitter thing. I mean, I stopped reading most of my Twitter feed a long time ago because if I want to cry myself to sleep every night, I could just read my Twitter feed.
No, I love it. I get off on it. I love it. You know, I give my trolls marks out of 10.
But that's you, and you're a
little
special kind of animal.
I'm a little broken. I give them marks out of 10. I used to retweet. I used to...
You're a little broken, and you're very wrong about certain things.
Like all comedians.
Well, like Black Lives Matter is a hate group, and that there's no such thing as white privilege. I mean, you do know that that's
We're happy to do... You know, look, we can disagree on those things, and that's wonderful. The one thing that should unite us, the one thing that I think that you and I can both agree on, and the one thing that was so remarkable when that... I mean, I've never heard of him before, that silly man who had a hissy fit this week who refused to come on the show, that doesn't understand, is that if you don't show up to debate, you lose.
Right.
And if you don't...
And also, stop taking the bait, liberals. The fact that they all freaked out
Wasn't
about
it
this
pathetic?
little impish British fag.
I
know. You schoolgirls.
You schoolgirls. It's so ridiculous.
Right?
Look, if I am...
You know what?
If I'm any...
somebody sent me this, which is so funny because they knew you were coming on.
Okay.
These are some things Joan Rivers, who, by the way, when she died, Obama, the liberal president that we all love, commented. They don't comment when someone dies.
She's a treasure.
Unless they're a national treasure.
Yeah.
He said, not only did she make us laugh, she made us think. Here's what she said on Michelle Obama. Blackie-O, you know Michelle is a tranny. Robin Quivers, bitch, you look like a fucking mudslide. I hate Houston. It's crawling with bugs. Oh, wait, that's Whitney Houston.
You know, my favorite...
Exactly, but that's the person we find to be a national treasure. I'm just saying the line is kind of blurred.
And some of its context, you know, because somebody is perceived to have conservative politics, which I think I've said, it's at least questionable in my case.
Right.
Because somebody's perceived to have conservative politics, there are different rules. You can't make jokes. Other
But
people
you
joke.
should get off the Trump train. Because
for
a guy who
fabulous.
loves free speech,
He's fabulous.
for a guy who loves free speech, you've picked a weird boyfriend.
No.
That
He's
is not going to come up well.
No.
I don't have time to debate that.
Thanks for coming on. We'll do it again.
All right.